Hello, students. Radish is one of the common vegetables on our dining tables. It is widely cultivated across China, mastering effective prevention and control methods for diseases and pests is directly related to farmers' economic benefits. In this lesson, let us learn about the prevention and control of radish diseases and pests together. We will study from two aspects: identification and prevention of common radish diseases, and prevention of common radish pests. The learning objectives of this lesson are as follows. 1. Identify common diseases and pests of radish. 2. Master the prevention and control measures for common diseases and pests. First, let's get to know the common diseases and pests of radish. Radishes are prone to many diseases, with common ones including black rot, soft rot, virus disease, anthracnose, and downy mildew. Common pests of radishes include aphids, striped flea beetles, cabbage caterpillars, and common cutworms. Now, let's learn about common radish diseases and their prevention and control measures. The first disease is black rot. Its symptoms are as follows. It mainly damages the leaves and roots. When the leaves are infected, the disease generally spreads upward from the old leaves. Irregular yellow spots first appear at the leaf margins, and these spots extend inward in a V shape. The leaf veins turn black and form a net-like pattern, and the diseased leaves eventually wither. When the root is infected, the vascular bundles turn black and dry, rot. The fleshy root of the radish shows black, hearted net, like dry, rot. The pathogenesis of black rot. The pathogen generally overwinters in seeds, diseased residues, and the soil. It is transmitted through insects, rainfall, and irrigation water, and infects vegetable plants through wounds, cracks, and water pores. It mainly occurs in autumn, when the average temperature is between 15–21 degrees Celsius and there is more rain and a long dew-forming time. The disease is likely to occur. Prevention and control methods for black rot. Mix the seeds with 50% therum wettable powder, which is 0.40% of the seed weight. At the initial stage of the disease, spray Cosman wettable powder, copper, ammonia complex aqueous solution, and streptomycin sulfate soluble powder for agricultural use. Spray once every 7–10 days, and carry out continuous prevention and control for 2–3 times. Disease 2. Soft rot. Its symptoms mainly damage the root and stem, petiole, or leaves. When the root is infected, it usually starts from the root tip. Initially, it shows brown, water-soaked soft rot, which spreads rapidly and extends upward, making the core of the tuberous root soft, rot, and finally turning into a mass of decay. When the petiole or leaves are damaged, the disease develops from the bottom to the top. It also shows water-soaked soft rot at first, leading to the decay and fall off of the leaves. Brown juice often overflows. The pathogenesis of soft rot. The pathogen mainly overwinters in diseased residue plants, seed plants, undecayed diseased residues, and pests. It is transmitted through rainwater, irrigation water, contaminated fertilizers, insects, etc., and invades through wounds. The pathogen likes high temperature and high humidity conditions. A temperature of 25–30 degrees Celsius and a relative humidity of over 90% are conducive to the infection and occurrence of the disease. Excessive rain and over-irrigation are likely to cause the disease. Prevention and control measures for soft rot at the initial stage of the disease. Streptomycin-soluble powder for agricultural use, neomycin, ammonium carbamate aqueous solution, copper, ammonia complex aqueous solution, and Dexan wettable powder can be used for spraying or root drenching. Disease 3. Virus disease. Radish virus disease is mainly caused by 3 viruses: turnip mosaic virus, cucumber mosaic virus, and tobacco mosaic virus. Infection by turnip mosaic virus. It causes a serious imbalance in the distribution of chlorophyll on the leaf surface, forming a mosaic pattern of dark and light green. In severe cases, the leaves are uneven, deformed, or stunted. Infection by cucumber mosaic virus. When it infects alone, the symptoms are mild, showing a mild mosaic pattern. Infection by tobacco mosaic virus. The leaves wrinkle inward along the veins into auricle-like shapes and produce a ring pattern mosaic. The pathogenesis of virus disease. Turnip mosaic virus and cucumber mosaic virus are transmitted by aphids and through sap contact, while the vectors of radish initiation mosaic virus are striped flea beetles and 11 spotted cucumber beetles. However, in the field, the main way of virus transmission is through aphids by sap contact. The virus can overwinter on cruciferous crops or in the roots of perennial crops. Years or seasons with high temperatures and drought are likely to trigger an epidemic. Prevention and control measures for virus disease. Select disease-resistant varieties in fields where the disease has occurred. Prevent and control striped flea beetles and aphids, and promptly spray a new high-fat film to form a polymer film to reduce virus transmission. At the initial stage of the disease, virus wettable powder, neomycin, and S83 resistance enhancer. An antivirus agent number 1 aqueous solution can be sprayed for prevention and control. Disease 4. Anthracnose. Symptoms of anthracnose. It mainly damages the leaves, stems, or pods. When the leaves are infected, water-soaked spots the size of a needle tip first appear, which quickly expand into small brown spots about 2–3 mm in size. Multiple small spots merge to form larger, irregular, dark brown diseased spots. In severe cases, the diseased spots on the leaves crack or perforate, causing the leaves to turn yellow and wither. Nearly circular to fusiform diseased spots are produced on the stems and pods, with a slightly darker color and a slight depression. When the humidity is high, a pale, red sticky substance is produced on the diseased part. The pathogenesis of anthracnose. The pathogen overwinters on diseased residues or seeds and invades through wounds via insects and rainwater. The main environmental conditions for the occurrence of the disease in the field are high temperature and high humidity. The suitable temperature for the development of the pathogen is 26–30 degrees Celsius. Fields with dense planting, low-lying terrain, poor drainage, poor ventilation, weak growth, and poor management often suffer severe damage. Prevention and control measures for anthracnose. At the initial stage of the disease, thiophanate, methyl wettable powder, carbendazim wettable powder, and anthracnose. Fumigate wettable powder can be sprayed for prevention and control. Disease 5. Downy mildew. Symptoms of downy mildew. Leaves. The disease starts from the basal leaves and develops upward. Light green to light yellow small spots are scattered on the leaf surface. After expansion, they turn yellow, brown, and form polygonal spots. White mold grows on the back of the diseased leaves. In severe cases, the diseased spots turn purple, black, and the leaves die successively from the bottom to the top. Generally, the heart leaves are not affected. Roots, gray, yellow to gray, brown scars are formed. During storage, it is extremely likely to cause decay. Stems, irregular black-brown spots appear. The pathogenesis of downy mildew. The suitable temperature for the occurrence of this disease is 16-20 degrees Celsius, and when the relative humidity is higher than 70%, and there are more than 5 consecutive days of continuous rainy weather. The disease spreads rapidly. Continuous cropping, repeated cropping, low-lying fields, poor ventilation, excessive planting density, poor nutrition, and weak growth make the downy mildew more severe. Prevention and control measures for downy mildew. At the initial stage of the disease, simazanol, mancozeb wettable powder, dimethomorph, mancozeb wettable powder, and metalaxyl, mancozeb wettable powder can be selected for spraying and prevention. Next, let's continue to learn about common pests and their prevention and control measures. The first pest is the aphid. Its damage symptoms. Adult and nymph aphids often gather on young leaves to suck sap, causing the young leaves to be deformed and curled and affecting their normal growth. Prevention and control methods for aphids. When aphid damage occurs, nitinpirum, flunocamid, pyramicarb, cypermethrin, imidacloprid, and thiamethoxam, lambda, cihalofran can be selected. Dilute them with water and spray. Spray once every 7-10 days depending on the pest situation. Pest 2. Striped flea beetle. Its damage symptoms. The larvae only damage the roots, boring into the epidermis of the host in the soil. The adults bite the leaves, leaving dense holes. In severe cases, the leaves are covered with small holes, and the seedlings are most seriously damaged, leaving scars and tunnels, which can trigger soft rot disease. Prevention and control methods for striped flea beetles. Use fipronil seed coating agent to mix with seeds to kill the larvae in the root zone of the soil surface. Use cypermethrin emulsifiable concentrate or foxam emulsifiable concentrate to control the adults. Pest 3. Cabbage caterpillar. Its damage symptoms. Young larvae mostly feed on the back of the leaves, mainly biting the mesophyll and leaving a semi-transparent epidermis. Larger larvae mostly feed on the front of the leaves, eating the leaves into holes and leaving only the veins and petioles, causing the seedlings to die prematurely. Prevention and control measures for cabbage caterpillars. From the peak hatching period of eggs to before the 3rd, in star larvae, fembularate, beta, cypermethrin, and indoxacarb can be used for spraying and prevention. Beta, cypermethrin can be used to spray and control the adults. Pest 4. Common cutworm. Its damage symptoms. The larvae damage the whole plant. When they are young, they gather on the back of the leaves and gnaw. After the 3rd star, They disperse to damage the leaves, tender stems, and older larvae can bore into the fruits. Prevention and control measures for common cutworms during the peak period of 1 to instar larvae. Spray chlorantraniliprole suspension concentrate and azidorochtin emulsifiable concentrate for prevention and control. Today, we learned about the common diseases and pests of radishes and their prevention and control methods. I hope you can remember the characteristics of these diseases and pests carefully. This will help us increase production and income in radish planting in the future. Let us start from ourselves to serve agriculture, rural areas, and farmers. After class, please think about the following questions. This lesson is over. Thank you all for listening.